I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at right here is a much better barbecue setup than the standard type with the lid on them, and you got the briquettes right underneath the meat and all that kind of stuff. Here, let me show you quick like. Sorry about the neighborhood noise and the wind, but that's just the way it goes in this country. Starting right out the get-go, I like to use a little mesquite wood or hickory or something, and I soak it in wood, if you will, to enhance these briquettes right here. I do use briquettes. I start off with briquettes. But what I wanted to show you, let me back up here so I can get a better view of this jobber. But if you'll notice on the left-hand side of this, ladies and gentlemen, this is called a firebox. You got to be careful when you open up these things because you can get some backdrafting. But you see how well that's smoking in there, and I got some of that wetted mesquite in there, which I'll throw a few more pieces in here. Just and no, you don't have to saturate your meat. Excuse me, your wood a lot, but I use a combination, ladies and gentlemen, of wood and briquettes. Now, if you can see this back in here, this is actually where the heat and the smoke goes, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. Now, what's very, very important to notice about this unit right here is this vent right here. This doggone thing right here is what controls the air going in, and there's a smokestack on the other side where the smoke and heat goes out. And that's how you basically adjust your temperature on this thing, along with opening up this lid once in a while to what they call a firebox. Okay, let me run over here. Oh, this is very important right here. Here's the temperature gauge. I can see my temperature is a little low here. I usually like to run this around 200 degrees when I'm smoking. I'll open up this main compartment here so you can see what I'm talking about. But what I got to lay on you is this smokestack right here. See this little flapper right here? Probably can't see a lot of smoke coming out of there, but anyway, yeah, this is just a much better setup than a conventional barbecuer, if you will, in my humble opinion. And I don't use very many briquettes in this doggone thing either. I only use about 8 pounds getting started. But let me close this down here for a second. Excuse me. I better be careful or I'm going to screw things up. This is made by Brinkmann, by the way. I put this together. And no, I don't work for Brinkmann or any of that other stuff. This is definitely some assembly required. It takes 66 small bolts and nuts to put this thing together. But let me open up this main compartment and let you get a look at my wife's dinner. And if I screw this up, yeah, it's not going to be fun. Alright, just take a look at that right there. That's what I'm talking about. You get much better control, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't got a bunch of heat right underneath your meat there. You can kind of kick back, have you a soda, a drink, or whatever thrills you there like that. You don't got to get in a big rush, because technically what this thing is it's a barbecuer slash grill slash smoker. And yes, you can put briquettes and wood and all that kind of stuff that I just showed you underneath there, but I don't. Up here we got some pineapple slices, and yes, if you've never barbecued pineapple slices, you're missing out. Over here is some corn, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the trick on this corn is what you have to do is take that shuck and peel it back on all sides and take that silk out of there. And no, you don't have to wrap these up in tinfoil. In fact, it's time for me to kind of turn these. Like I say, I screw this dinner up and I'll be sleeping on the couch. This stuff gets kind of spendy. Also, right here, this will do 30 pounds of meat at one time, ladies and gentlemen. That's a great big steak right here. I got some hamburger. This stuff here is almost done. But the trick is, one thing I want to point out, your smaller meats, your thinner meats and stuff like that need to be moved to the throat where this fire is right here. And like that, in other words, you just keep rotating your meat from, say, right to left towards this firebox. You adjust accordingly. And right here, I've got my secret sauce. Everybody's got a secret sauce, but I don't want to get into all that because I'll be here all day long. But, yeah, that's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. This is a much better system. It's what I call a cross ventilation deal. Instead of having your heat and your smoke coming right directly up on your meat like that, you can take your time. You don't have to get in a great big hurry with this situation here. You know what I'm saying, you know, because up here in Montana where I live, we deal with a lot of winds and stuff, and you can burn up, you know, a whole bunch of real expensive meat in a real quick hurry. Let me tell you what, it's just about that doggone simple. Okay, so there you are. And like I say, I can't reiterate this enough, but the heat is basically controlled. There's a door right there too. You can open up this door. I very seldom ever do. But with that vent right there, and of course this lid right here, you want to be careful because sometimes this thing will build up a backdraft. And then of course, let me close this lid. This smokestack right back here. Because what we got is we got heat, you know, it's being generated right here in the firebox, and it goes through this unit like this and right out the smokestack. It's just about that doggone simple. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'd check into this style of barbecuing if I were you, just simply because it works a lot better than them conventional over-the-top type of briquette kettle holder type situations. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, I don't know what else I could really, well, there's the name brand, but I suppose I should get gone because this file here, but this is a big unit. Oh, that's one thing I might want to say. This job right here weighs about 70 pounds, and you will spend 4 or 5 hours screwing this thing together, so that's all there is to it. Now let me see where my temperature's at in here and I'll get going. Okay, we're riding here about 150 degrees. Like I say, I like to barbecue around 200 degrees. You got more control with this outfit right here, and you definitely got more control of your heat and whatnot have you, and you don't have to get in such a big hurry. Okay, that's about all there is to it. Thank you very much for the movie review.